Okay guys, this is the red crypt that I got off of Amazon. It came in this potted plant. We are about to go plop it in the tank right now. And we are going to see. It's going to go in the back here when I plant it. So let it chill in here for a day or so. Let me get the lights turned back on here. Okay, sorry about that. So there's the crypt back there, that red crypt. So I'm going to be planting it back there. I moved these Java ferns forward a little bit because that red crypt back there is going to be in the back. It's going to grow maybe 16 inches high over time. So it was in the water in the mailbox overnight. It was left. I got under the high 40s, maybe definitely low 50s last night. The Amazon tracking for live plants and fish and snails, shrimp, anything is horrible. You have to stay on top of it. I had even tracked this with USPS lookup, getting text messages alerts. I never got anything, which normally I will. But no, did not get anything. And then I woke up this morning and just looked at the Amazon update, and it said that this plant was left in my mailbox yesterday. And as of 10 o'clock last night before I went to bed, it had still not been delivered. So their tracking is horrible for Amazon. This is not a very good Amazon endorsement for tracking of live plants, snails, fish, shrimp, anything like that. So I'm going to let this plant sit in here for maybe the rest of the day just to kind of get adjusted. Let it sit, and then I will remove it from the pod, remove it from the rock wool, and then see how many viable. It looks like I might get a couple of viable things that I can plant in here and then get ready for the inevitable melt. I'm not going to cut away anything healthy that look on here. And as you can see, I'm going to try and get this. I'm not going to get very many good angles here. As you can see, it looks pretty healthy, and some people have suggested to go ahead and cut back these healthy leaves because it's going to melt anyway. I'm just so hesitant to do that. If they melt, I'll pick them off. I know they'll grow back, at least Joanna from Primetime Aquatics, and then certainly other people, people from Aquadiction. The folks that I know over there have said, look, it's going to happen, so just get prepared for it. But they love crypts as well. So they're definitely rooting for me here on this red crypt. I don't know if it'll actually ever turn red because I don't have CO2 injections. All of my plants are pretty much bomb-proof, and they don't need CO2 injections. I'm going to put one. If I get like 2 or 3 things that I can plant out of this red crypt, then I may use more than one root tab. But Joanna said I'm just going to plant one section of it. If that's all I can plant, then just use one root tab. So I'm going to go with what Joanna said there, and we will see what happens. It's they're slow growers, so it's going to take a while. And these bright green Java ferns are going to be moved up a little bit more forward, push them back a little bit. But like this darker one here has brown diatoms. It's a black forest Java fern, and they're all attached to little pieces of slate here, as you can see in my horrible gluing job. But then I have moved the other Java fern back over here just because of this blank wall. See how the horrible gluing job I did? Well, that's on a piece of slate back there as well. But that's piled on top of it's just sitting on top of a bunch of these rocks like this. There's one of my stir-bys. But yeah, I kind of like that back there because it actually adds another layer of a different kind of color over there. Once this crypt starts filling in, which is going to take a while, I can live with just this black forest Java fern in the front, these two kind of behind it, and then waiting for the red crypt to fill in back there. So it's a work in progress, and as it will be. Since I did not need any fertilizers for this whatsoever, but once I started getting more live plants and realized I needed liquid fertilizers, this thing has really just exploded. If you go back to some of my older videos, just a couple of months ago even, This thing was not nearly this size, particularly this little sprout, this little bunch right here. This is this jutting out right directly towards me. I don't know if this thing is going to stop growing. I've never once pruned it or shaped it in any way. So I don't know how much larger this is going to get. I really don't. But everybody seems to love it. I've been calling it. It was sold to me as Flame Java Moss, FLAME. But come to find out, I'm pretty convinced it is actually called Christmas moss. So I'm sorry if I have misled anyone down. That's just how it was sold to me, as Flame Java Moss. And I know nothing about plants, even though it might kind of look like I do. Trust me, I do not. That's why I make these videos. Is I want my plants to succeed, and there's so many people out there that know so much more than I do, and that they can help me. So that's really why I'm making these videos. I may add CO2 later on so I can keep a wider variety of plants, but and also I've heard that these red crypts will not turn red unless you have CO2 injections. I'm not going to use the liquid CO2. I've kind of heard that's kind of a gimmicky thing. I'm not going to use that. But if I do use CO2 and actually get a CO2 injection system, then they said then this red crypt will actually turn red, or a rusty color. You know, that rusty reddish color. I don't want an actual bright red plant in here. You know what I mean. But yeah, then there's one more surprise that a friend of mine who works at that PetSmart place told me about, sent me a picture of, that he got in. It's an electric blue Stiphodon goby or something like that. It's the most adorable thing. He's the one taking the lemon longfin bristleless pleco and the 3 denizen barbs. And I texted him this morning back, and I said, "Hey, get that for me. I'll pay double for it, but they're gonna go quick." So I said, "Get it for me. Save it. I want it." But you know, who knows if he doesn't get into work later today, so they may already be gone. By the time he gets there, he told me yesterday. He said, "Hey, we got some great new fish." But they're going to be gone really quick, and some of these gobies were part of them. So we'll see about that. But anyway, let me know what you think. I'm just going to leave this crypt in here, let it settle for a day. Maybe let me know if it needs to settle in here longer, or if I should plant it today. But I think one more day, particularly, it got so cold last night, and it was in the mailbox overnight. I didn't want to go ahead and plant it right away. I wanted to kind of leave it in the pot and let it kind of warm up in the pot. I don't know if that was right or wrong. I really have no clue. So just leave a comment if I'm right or wrong. It doesn't matter. There's one of my gold lasers and the orange Venezuelan. There's another orange Venezuelan that has that fatty tissue. There he is. Has that fatty tissue on the back of his dorsal fin, right behind his dorsal fin. I wish he'd change positions. It used to be there, and then when it went away, and now it is back. It's on the top, but right behind his dorsal fin. He has got it looks like a fatty deposit, and it was there when I first got him. Then it went away, and now it is back over the past 3, maybe 4 days. I have seen it, and it doesn't seem to bother him. It doesn't impact his eating. Where did he go? It doesn't impact his eating. He's just as playful as he can be. I have no clue what's going on. I thought I saw ick on one of my panda quarries, so I did treat for ick. And then this denizen barb right here, it looks like it's getting another fungal infection. So I treated dosed Pemifix yesterday. And I can't wait for these denizen barbs to be gone. They are lovely and everything. That's the reason why I wanted this tank. But they are so prone to these fungal infections. And I want them gone. They're kind of a nuisance in the tank. And I keep telling him, hey, come get these. He works a lot. He works 6 days a week, and they work him to death. And, so I understand he's busy, but I want these fish gone. I'm giving him to him, and I'm giving him my most prized fish, that lemon lungfin blue-eyed bristleless pleco that I know he wants. He's going to make it the centerpiece fish of one of his tanks. It's so beautiful. But he just can't find the time to get off and to come over and get this done. But anyway, let me know what you think about this red crypt. Can you see? I'm going to try 3 times zoom again. You can see a little bit better there. I can see some reddish hues in there. We'll see. Maybe I will get some reddish out of there without the CO2 injections. We'll see. I think that my little Sailfin Platy likes it. But anyway, guys, that's what's going on. If you have any comments, let me know. Let me get back to regular. If you have any comments, let me know. Suggestions, tips, as the usual. And I will speak to you soon. Have a great day.